listening sometimes may be sleeping, partially due to my San Diego monotone accent, and that's a real thing, by the way. My tour is a little different though. We're not entirely scripted here, so my tour is like a quiz show, quiz game. First question for 1 point: what is the world's tallest grass? Amashli and Funani. Beautiful girls with their beautiful African names. Look at them right there just chilling in the water. If you had a pool like this, wouldn't you spend all day in it? Because that's what the girls do. This is a 140,000 gallon, 82 degree pool. And for the weight of the hippos, they're thousands of pounds. It's like hydrotherapy. So they spend a lot of their time in the water, 16 hours or more per day. And then look above the hippo habitat. You might see our beautiful okapi. The okapi are just there grazing the tree line. They look like a zebra-giraffe hybrid, thought to be a fictional animal in the past. Outside of Africa, people didn't believe it existed. So the okapi are right up there in the shadows. And then in the water with the hippos, you see those fish? Those are African cichlids. That's one of the coolest, most colorful freshwater fish on Earth that are similar. Their favorite thing to do here is puzzle feeders. A lot of our animals get those, all shapes and sizes. A puzzle feeder, excuse me, is like a Rubik's Cube with a treat inside. So imagine if I give you a Rubik's Cube with a California burrito inside, you're going to want to finish it, right? So they love these puzzle feeders. They finish the puzzle and a treat pops out. In the wild, swamp monkeys like to float little sticks and branches and leaves on rivers, and they get a little fish snack when the fish come up to nibble it. So they're very intelligent, very inquisitive animals. And you got to come back here and watch them play with the otters. It's awesome. For you, kangaroo buses. It's a bus just like this, but it's a convenience bus, and you get one of my coworkers. You get a highly knowledgeable driver. It's not a tour, but you hop on and off at each of 4 fisher birds. Not so amazing at flying. They're very, very heavy birds. Okay, up Polar Hill. We're on the top left of the map, nearing the top. There is Cabrillo Bridge on the left. This is the best way to go into Balboa Park. Recently ranked most beautiful park in America. Yes, it's true. More beautiful than Central Park and Golden Gate. They are close second and third to us. But it's largely ranked in that high esteem based on its architecture. Magaford. He took over care of the lions after the exhibition was over and got this land lease from the city, which we're still leasing for just under 100 acres, started the zoo. And he was a world explorer, so he took all the seeds he collected. He was also a plant person. Rode his horse on these hills and just threw up top. We have 3 bears here, by the way. Kaluk, Takik, and Chinook. Now 20 is old for a polar bear. Our bears are 21, 21, and 26. All 3 rescued from the wild as orphans, babies, no parents. Which is how we do get a lot of our animals, by the way. So remember that. Any one of you on this bus can save an endangered species. In 1930, there were 17 left. One farmer in Africa saved the last herd, and now there's over 3,500 Bontabak. Oh, here we go. There's Chinook on our left. Look down. That's our 26-year-old female. She's our matriarch of the polar bears. Chinook, taking a nice nap. And remember, we got all those as babies. They were orphans, no parents, wandering the wild. Now, we all know things threatening polar bears. The ice is receding. So we need to save that water, save plastic, save gas. We want them hunting seals, especially because that's the only land predator that actively hunts humans. They can get up to 1,300 pounds, so we'd rather have them not hunting humans, right? Here are CAL FIRE wildfire fighters. They work, oh, there's Tahoe. I see Tahoe. Right there in the middle. So CAL FIRE, they fight fires 6 months a year. such a hard job that they only work part-time. And they fox, not a dog, not a coyote, not a wolf. It's its own species. And smell that? That's their formidable scent glands. They mark their territory, and they're quite good at it. Okay, here's another Kangastop. This is our most popular one. It gets you to Skyfari. So if I come here, especially in the morning, good job you guys getting here early, I take Skyfari right away. And I start on the other side of the zoo. It's a great tactic. Alright, did you guys know, by the way, San Diego is home to more endangered species than anywhere in the United States. I didn't even know that before I started working here. But we are. We have to save room for those pollinators. We just passed that pollinator garden. We need those hummingbirds, bees, butterflies. So this is a local wildlife corridor. Okay, on the left, 1,000-point question. See those adorable rock hyrax? Look at these cute guys. What is their closest relative? Is it the marmot? The elephant? You guys know all these. It's the elephant. I was going to say the marmot, the elephant, or the raccoon. It's the elephant. That's their closest relative. They have bones like an elephant. They even grow tusks like an elephant. Next up, they are from our Pride of Lions at Safari Park. 30 miles north of here, we have 20 times this size in acreage, 1,800 acres. Remember, we're on less than 100 acres now. So main thing threatening lions are the bushmeat trade. A lot of people are hunting what they eat, not as much the lions, but the zebra, the gazelle, and the wildebeest. So the lions are hunting cattle. And that's not good for the cattle, the farmers, or the lions. Alright, next up. I was told Mindiri is off habitat. Let's see, she might be back out. Our jaguar might be here on the right. We were doing some renovations here, so use your keen eyes, see if you can spot Mindiri. Oh, I don't think she's out. There's still cement bags in there, so let's move on. Elephant Care Center coming up on the right. This is kind of like our day spa for elephants. They get their petties here, their blood tests, tooth checks, tusk checks. So next question, this is 20,000 points. How far do you think an elephant can swim? 10 miles, 20 miles, or 30 miles? 30! It's 30! You guys are good. Look at, that's Nepo or Sunzu. I'm trying to make sure which one. Nepo has 2 tusks. Sunzu has 1 tusk. There are 11-year-old bull male African elephants. And think of this, they're going to grow till they're 15 or 20. So they're going to get bigger than that. I think that is Sunzu. Now we also have Shaba, our queen. Shaba and Mary are our queens of this matriarchal herd. Shaba is a 40-something-year-old African elephant, and Mary is a 58-year-old. Oh, that's Nepo, 2 tusks. There's Nepo. So Sunzu is around there somewhere. They're both born at our safari park, 30 miles north of here. I'm going to loop around. This is my quiet zone though, so I got to stay off mic for a second. Secretary birds. Beautiful raptor. They can fly, but they prefer to walk because they have these long, luxurious legs that they use to stomp their prey, like cobras, mambas, lizards, rodents. They're just chilling right now. Good time to be at the zoo, by the way. You guys picked a good day. We are finally slowing down after spring break. So in the Elephant Care Center, we have a care specialist on this side, so we're not going to see any in this portion of the habitat. But notice enrichment items for elephants. Those are like elephant Kong toys. We stuff them with treats. They're more or less like an elephant pinata. And every morning when they wake up, they come out, and we have treats hidden everywhere. It's like an Easter egg hunt for elephants. And they just love this game. It's like a hide and seek for treats. And who do we have here? This might be Mary, our Queen Mary. Oh, nope, that's Shaba. Shaba and Mary are an African elephant and Asian elephant that have been together for decades. And they're the best of gal pals. So they kind of run the show here. So that's beautiful, Shaba. Alright, I'm going to keep moving. Next up, we are going to see two boys. Also born at our safari park. 9-foot wingspan. Coming up on the right. California Condors. Okay, so one of the many reasons we're a world famous zoo. In 1982, there were 22 condors left. We got, as far as we knew, the last fertilized egg on Earth. We hatched it. We had a male who went on to produce 17 babies. Awesome. Well, he helped. He helped produce 17 babies. Guess what? Now there's over 500. We've re-released over 250 into the Grand Canyon, other parts of Arizona, and California. So our goal is for you to be on a hike someday and have a California condor fly over you once again like they used to. Alright, little tip here. Citrus-based pesticides. DDT, 50 years ago in the 70s, is still in our planet's system. Got in the plants, the insects, as an insecticide. Got in the animals and the meat, and the condors eat dead meat. Made their shells so thin, they would crack them when they incubated them. So now, if we just all switch, you can even make pesticides out of garlic, jalapeno, citrus. Save some money, right? And it's kind of fun. If you all make that switch, we're going to be helping birds, even like our local brown pelican, almost wiped out from DDT. Alright, next question. A mob is the term used for a group of what type of animal? This is a 100,000 point question. Is it hyenas, meerkats, or rhinos?
Meerkats.
Meerkats. Mob of meerkats. On the right, look for the mobster on hawk duty. He's looking up in the sky, or she. And they take different jobs in the meerkat mob. They even change shifts. I saw them switching jobs the other day. One came up and tapped the other one, and they switch. And hawk duty is a real threat here. We have hawks in San Diego. They also have snake duty, and then they have nursery duty. They all take turns, just like they would in the wild. Kind of like if you have a dog at home, circle the dog bed. That's an instinctual habit they do before they go to sleep, just to make sure it's safe. Okay, the Kopi on the right, that's the name for the big rocks in Lion King, like Pride Rock. That's the Kopi. In the cracks, they store water for little critters like mongoose, meerkats, klipspringer, hornbills. So this is like their safety area. Alright, plant people, this trail on the right is awesome. If you want to see some beautiful African plants, take this trail down to Africa Rocks. Acacia trees on our right, favorite snack for giraffes. They eat right around those massive thorns. By the way, good reason, keep those arms in the butts. We're going to pass things like acacia trees. And look above us, fishtail palm. This is, in my opinion, the coolest palm tree ever. We got another one up ahead, fishtail palms. They grow really well in San Diego, by the way. Okay, we've finished a full lap around the zoo, but we're not done with our quality time yet, so don't worry. I'm going to take you down into Bear Canyon, my favorite part of the zoo. I love those bears. And we're going to pass the urban jungle. Now, that is just a little loop, but it's got Maasai giraffes, a ground hornbill, cheetahs, and Asian rhino. And our Asian rhino is about to be moved to our safari park, so you might get one last look at it, Maza, before he takes his move. And also, peek to the right, you're going to see kangaroo bus stop number 1. We're down in the bottom middle-ish part of your map now. Those kangabuses, remember, they're free. They come approximately every 15 minutes. So see that number 1 down there? After I let you off later, that's the closest place where you can get on a kangaroo bus. Good morning. Our volunteers are the best. If you guys need any help today, look for a volunteer in red. They know everything.
Almost everything.
Yeah, they know more than a lot of us. Yeah, volunteers can help you. All right, next question. Of the following 3 bears, I'll make this 500,000 points. The totals are going to go up drastically. Of the following 3 bears, what's the rarest bear? The grizzly bear, the sloth bear, or the polar bear? What's the rarest? The grizzly bear, the sloth bear, or the polar bear?
Sloth?
It's the sloth bear. And here we have them, beautiful sloth bears. Do you guys like Baloo? You like Jungle Book? Is that the sloth bear? It's a bear from the jungles of India. And this is our happy couple, Kartik and Shala. And they are getting along just great. Wink, wink. We have our fingers crossed for our baby sloth bear coming up. And this is really cool. You guys get to see them feeding. I'm going to inch up a little. Just hold a handle if you're standing. Look at this. Look at this bear. Has everything going for it. Great hair, nice teeth, big claws. That's the only bear species in which the babies hold onto the fur and ride around. And those claws look like a sloth, right? Elongated nose, kind of like an anteater, because they are adapted to eat their favorite food, insects. But they are an omnivore, like all bears. They eat everything: plants, berries, insects, seeds, meat. And we all know what a bear does in the woods, right? By doing this, they are the seed spreaders of the forest. They are the chief contributors to our forest biodiversity. Very important bears. Those are our sloth bears, Kartik and Shala. They also have this habitat and an off-habitat area that you don't see. Alright, let's see if the boys are out. I really hope we can see Scout and Montana. They're awesome. You guys see Scout or Montana back there? Are they snoozing? We have grizzly bear brothers here, Scout and Montana. They came to us from Yellowstone. And they were naughty little cubs. They were, oh, here's Montana up here. Montana, oh, there's Scout. They're over here. They have both habitats and an off-habitat area. There's Scout and Montana. Here these adorable boys. 2 brothers getting along great. Good example for all you siblings. So they were naughty little bears in Montana and Wyoming. You know, Yellowstone's in both states. They were raiding campsites, terrorizing campers, peeling open minivans, eating trash, eating human food, because humans were feeding them. So easy fix here, don't feed the bears, right? We all see those signs. But it's highly important. We don't want grizzly bears thinking that we need food, right? But what happened with Scout and Montana, we'd rather avoid, but they kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They got relocated all over Yellowstone. And they got so big and they kept coming into human contact that eventually we had no choice but to take them in to save them. And like I said, we'd rather avoid that. So easy fix. Don't feed the bears. Alright, Montana, I'm going to let you go back to sleep. Okay, next up, I really hope she's out. This is my most favorite animal at the zoo. We're looking for Alba, the Andean bear. Alba. Sometimes Alba will come running out like she's on a game show when I say her name, but she's just waking up right now. The reason why this is my favorite animal, they're from the cloud forest, about 9,000 feet in elevation in the Andes Mountains. They build platforms in the trees. They build their own tree houses. We helped her with some of these, but on cheat days, we've been finding out that Andean bears get in these big groups only in the last few years, and they pick out on wild avocados in their tree houses Doesn't that sounds awesome, right? Meet up with your friends in the cloud forest and eat avocados in your tree houses. And her ex-boyfriend Turbo just moved in next door. That's her ex-door neighbor. And they already have a kid together. They have a 2.5-year-old son who's all grown up. He's out on his own. So we have our fingers crossed for some baby Andean bears coming up in the future too. Because Turbo and Alba are being delicately reunited. Okay, Fern Canyon Trail on our left. Plant people, this is an awesome trail. It takes you right up to the front center-ish part of the zoo by orangutans, monkeys. You can take some nachos up in there and eat them by a waterfall and align your chi by some giant ferns. In my opinion, that's the most beautiful spot in the zoo. You gotta go there. Okay, next question. This is 20 million points. Greater than or less than? How many types of penguin are there globally? Greater than 20 or less than 20? There's approximately 17/18. They're still debating that. But don't worry, I'll give you guys more point opportunities, trust me. But would you believe a lot of these penguin species don't live in ice or snow? It's true. There's penguins on the southern tip of Africa. And the coastline of South Africa is actually almost just like San Diego coastline. Yep, they have cold ocean water. Good morning. They have kelp forests in South Africa. They don't have coral. And did you know kelp forests are super rare? Locals, we are lucky to have kelp forests. They only exist on this west coastline, South Africa, and a few other places globally. So the reason I'm telling you all this is we have paired together our leopard sharks from San Diego with Cape penguins from South Africa. The cousins of the leopard sharks in Africa look just like them, but they're striped. And they're not tiger sharks, by the way, leopard sharks. They're sweet, cuddly little sharks. And they eat the good stuff, clams, shrimp, lobster. That's good stuff, right? They don't eat penguins, they don't eat people. So, peek to the left, you might see a leopard shark. If not, there's an underwater viewing tunnel you can go through. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Leopard sharks have little mouths on the bottom of their, oh there's one, on the bottom of their head. And that's the animal that got me into snorkel tours. If you go to La Jolla Shores, San Diego, you can walk in the water 3 feet deep and be around a whole school of leopard sharks. And I swear to you, they will not hurt you. No one's ever been attacked by leopard sharks. But I highly recommend that. That's where I got my animal tourism start, is La Jolla Shores. And it is beautiful, by the way. Okay, coming up left, we have 5 species of lemur. So next question for 500 million points. How many species of lemur are in Madagascar? Are there 5, 55, or 111? Teacher tip, guess C, red-collared lemur. And guess what's across from the lemurs on that cliffside habitat sign is a small palm tree. Ours is a baby and it's over 100. See that beautiful stubby palm tree right there? That's the wood cycad. So in 1895, the explorer and biologist John Medley Wood scoured the slopes of South Africa, found a plant no one had ever seen before. He found the last wood cycad known on Earth. It's right here on the left. It's an ancient conifer that existed 280 million years ago. So that plant species survived whatever wiped out the dinosaurs. And that's a male. So John Medley Wood, of course, quite modestly, he named it after himself. The wood cycad, only that one male has ever been found. He took 4 samples and a root section, and we got one of those clones. There's only a few left on Earth, and they're scattered all around the globe to ensure their survival. And by the way, that's an awesome plant. If you're not awesome at plants, get a cycad. Anything that can survive the extinction of dinosaurs can survive poor plant ownership.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe, watch Nyla Grow for more videos. Bye-bye.